How's everyone and their families doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. I hope by the grace you're all doing well. Kilo, what's up? Thank you for joining. All right, so today is life issues. And I'm just going to talk about different aspects. I put open talk in life issues because there is so much that is happening in people's life. There's always some type of problems or challenges, struggles, difficulties going on in people's life, right? And sometimes it's very difficult for either couples, single people, single parents, um, um, parents, children, like so many people going through things. And sometimes they don't even have anyone to talk to about what they're struggling with, what they're going through. Um, it's not easy, and now social media had expanded, you have almost everyone will come and talk about things, um, from their perspective, what works for them, what they think other people should do, how things are going with them, or some comes for gossiping, defaming others. In life, we each have our strength and our weaknesses, right? Ain't nobody in this world who does not have some type of flaws. The problem is some of us chooses not to acknowledge or admit to what's wrong with us, right? Or what we struggle with, what we good at, right? Some people, they will focus on the positive. It's good to focus on the positive, but also the things that, or the areas that we don't do well, right? It's also equally important for us to focus on areas that we don't do well and work on it. There are some weaknesses that is of no use. It's important for us to delete it, right? Some of us hold on to our bad past experiences. Every single one of us have a past, with the exception of babies who are still in their mother's womb. They don't have a past yet because they have not been born to this world. But as long as you're living on this earth, trust me, you have a past. Some way, somehow, as to whether it's good or bad. Arabi, welcome. Betty, welcome. Mel, hello. So we need to be able to figure out what is important to us and what is not important to us. All right. Some of us have been in relationships, marriages that it did not go well, right? Does that mean that the world should stop? That you should not live your life to the fullest? No. Greetings, my dear Arabi. Yay, Arabi is here. Says, come join me. Let's talk, right? Mario, how are you? Today be today. Hey, sis.
Hey, good evening from Ghana.
Good evening. How you doing?
Okay.
Oh, that's good to know. It's good to have you on today. I cannot wait. Oba Frida, what's up?
You made me go do some small research.
Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Then I can't wait to hear what you find out, man.
I talked with your brother, and he gave me a little bit of stuff, and then I did some some small research and I added it. Of course, I was coming to say my own, but then I want to give a disclaimer. I don't claim to know anything so much about marriage. I've been married twice.
Okay.
This is my second marriage, and by God's grace, I've gone 10 years with it. We are in our 11th year.
Congratulations.
So if I add both together, at least I have 15 years of experience with marriage, but I don't claim to know all about marriage.
Most
marriage
definitely.
is a school that we all enter before we learn.
Mhm.
We get our certificate before we learn. So I learn as I go, but with my 15 years experience, there are some things that I think cut across that if we would take it and use it, it will help us. But then this subject is relative. I mean, the ones you told me about is
Yes.
subjective, is relative. So if I say anything that doesn't go down well with you, please bear with me. I am talking to people that are willing to change, people that are willing to do the work,
Yeah.
people that are teammates doing this marriage thing and hoping that it works, people that are willing to have offspring and raise godly children. So please, that's my disclaimer. So if I say something that does not go well with you, then maybe it's not for you.
Most definitely. And here on this platform, we come to learn and also teach, right? So we share what we know, what we have experienced. And, at times we go and do research, and then whatever works with you, you take it along and with you. If nothing works with you, then as my sister Arabi said, this platform is not for you. We can agree to disagree, right? And if someone says something, myself or my guest, we said something that you don't quite understand, feel free to ask questions, right? And I trust me, we will give you we will give you the best response if we have knowledge of your questions. If we do not, I'll go and learn and come back and talk about it. So since you here, right? I like to start off, asking the first question in terms because I have people be asking me some of this, and I'm like, okay, what? Let me just bring it up for to get some insights from other people to see how we can collectively, learn from each other and get some insight as to how our mind works, individually, group, and everyone. So the first question that keeps coming up is why do people get married? You can speak from a woman's perspective or from a man's perspective, but we have some men who have different ideas than some women, and some of them have no idea why they get married. They just getting married because that's the norm, right?
All right. Thank you so much. And greetings to everybody. And of course, if you have questions, you can ask them and we'll do our best to answer it.
Yeah.
By my disclaimer, I am not sacking anybody.
Yes.
But you can ask your questions.
Yes.
Well, to answer. But then, if of course it still doesn't go well, work up as loud.
That's right.
So why do we marry? I mean, marriage. People marry for different kinds of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
They are personal reasons, social reasons, cultural reasons, and sometimes practical reasons.
That's right.
I would come from the angle of a woman because I'm a woman. My daughter asked me these same questions a few days ago.
Wow, really?
She got up one morning, Selassie. She got up one morning and came and was like, "Mommy, why did you marry?"
I wonder why she asked that.
Yeah, she asked that my question. So,
Minister,
love for me.
Wow.
What I told her, I wanted to marry because of one, companionship, and then I wanted to have that family setting where we raise godly children.
Wow. Okay.
From the first reason I have is love and companionship. So people marry for love and companionship, and that is where I am also coming from.
Okay.
I told her I didn't want to be a single woman. I desire to marry. I desire to remarry. That's, I was married to their father, and then I'm not married to your brother.
I know, right?
And it ends there. And of course, we had to do the work. Yes. So now it's working, and I'm loving it. So, love and companionship. So, under love and companionship, when it comes to the love, for many, the primary drive is a deep emotional connection, affection, and love for another person.
Oh, wow.
They want to formalize and celebrate this bond. You know, you have a guy that you are so interested in, you have a woman you're interested in, you just don't want to be doing a girlfriend, boyfriend, going and coming, but you want to formalize it, you want to celebrate that bond.
Sister Mary, Pacho, I mute you, Hono. Yeah,
it's process or something along.
Thank you. Go ahead, Arabi.
So you want to celebrate that bond, live under one roof, and formalize it, and now you are Mr. and Mrs. and you can go about doing your own stuff. And then under companionship, we have marriage offers a lifelong partner, someone to share experiences with, provide support, and alleviate loneliness. People desire constant companion and best friend.
Wow.
And that is why I call my husband, he's my roommate, he's my friend, he's my brother, he's my father, he's my,
everything.
So it's like, he goes to work, he comes back, I'm like, how was work today? And then he has some gist for me, and then we talk about it, and I call him my Kokonsa partner. So,
no.
About it, yeah. The issues that maybe we've had in the past and it has come up and whatever, or whatever, we can bring it up, refer to it, talk about it. The situation comes now, then we can use our experiences, so it makes the whole companionship that you have somebody to talk to and all that. You can plan for the future, investments, and all that kind of thing. So that's the companionship. And then intimacy. Marriage provides a framework for deep emotional, physical, and spiritual intimacy and connection that can grow over time. So over time, you go through all the nitty-gritty stuff, the misunderstandings, the good times, the bad times, the romantic times and not so romantic times. And then over time, you adjust with each other, and then you are able to flow with each other. Sometimes you even know what the other person is thinking. It's so amazing.
That's right.
You finish each other's sentences, and he goes to work, or you are at home, or you're at work, and then you're thinking of each other, and so you call, and it's like, oh, I was gonna call you, and it's so beautiful. It's like, I was just gonna call you, and you have called.
That's right.
So that intimacy is there, so much so that when it comes to copulating, doing the bedrock, the thing that you said, talking that I can't talk. So when it comes to copulating or intimacy, you flow. I mean, there's so much, you don't need to struggle to actually get the juices flowing and doing what you have to do. And then the security and safety. The commitment of marriage can create a sense of emotional security, safety, and belonging.
That's right.
You belong to somebody. This is my person. This is my woman. This is my man. I'm in your young bullshit. This is my person that I'm doing this thing with for life.
Yeah.
So you have that security. You know that this person is there for you when I'm sick. This person is there for the kids. This person is there when I hit a financial rut. He's there to help me when I'm going through problems. I remember when I was having medical issues with my mom and my first girl.
Yeah.
I'll be at the hospital and here taking care of the other kids, washing, cooking, coming to the hospital, check up on me, and then going back. Sometimes you call office and tell them, can you give me a few days off? I have an emergency at home. I need to help my wife. And that was just so amazing to have somebody, a solid rock behind you. And I do my best for him as well. it balances the equation.
Wow.
And so that is for love and companionship. So if anybody has a question, and then or if you have something to say, then we move to the next under family and children.
Hold on. I will come to you for a question or two. Let me move to Sister Mary. Welcome. You can go Twi or English. That's fine. And I welcome each and every one of you. If I haven't mentioned you. Yes. Anne, Arabic. Yeah. Really? That's awesome.
And you said, but we couldn't tell me, but now I am worried. It's one more time. I begin to become more respected, which the level be. What you have do. What you say, and you would just become near to my camera. Or you didn't know what show. And so, mother, ringing so much, I won't tell what I see you. So, I'm going to go for preference. Now, very over when I saw you, and then I was sitting in the hammer. I go for you, but I won't hear sister. I remember their home. Or you mechanic you. In the car, say, or probably the money natural, no, and man, no, I sort of no. What's the name, process? I know you wouldn't natural, sir. No, you know, and no man go for sit at your fool, and man. Yes. They say regulation, so regular, who so soon. And then cashing, and I'm mostly the person and a rank and on the rank and sunny, I saw them go.
Na sister, who said the antenna ring ignition in Sakwa, but it said ring in any assuring qua, Brother Manuel, Roy Momokawa.
Is this idea? Or she also was where you're single, or show us where you're single, while I'm saying, sister. I think my manager home. But before we do neither, this idea. Come give me somebody be 20. So we do come with us, or to be friend for some, I'm not going to say, are they? On your human. What I let you, I'll check who you okay, what you say. Or what the whole weekend in the Ajakino. Oh, the dear, so when it did so die, yes, so bad boy, people, location or so. I know, I don't know.
Wow.
I know, no, Musa. I question me, person is up for a discuss, mammy, and no money also. Matty, you got it to sorry, many, because what? Obi Bower says, sister, my one land last minute to be quiet. Was it my dear, my sure, yes, she never sister. And papa will do. Mental baby, a moment, that was mammy. Mammy, when you did the youngest is when you know, let me see me, a catch me, who seven Mary, seven, your sister, never whatever. You need to believe in yourself. And tell them, man, show and can say, one day, or sister, this one tears yet, make a customer cousin, sister. When you're the walker, and on the wall, you don't respect yourself, don't put too balloon on yourself with TV.
You know, Samary, pause in there, and you can ask all the questions we hear, and then a topic is our person needs to discuss, I know send it up through a message, and I say, and then I'll put it together. All right. Arabi, before I send a busa 1 or 2 questions about like the things that you share about, compassion and love, right? Companion and love. I mean, like when I ask some people on either side, why do people get married? For the men, most of them says that they get married because of sex. And then sex was the first thing for majority of the men. And then the second thing that some of them said was support, and being taken care of was the third part. And then being respected. I believe sex and respect, being respected was the first thing. It was like, neck to neck. And then being pampering, and then others were saying, being in control of someone, having the ability to tell their female partner what they can and cannot do, right? So those were the men's side. And for the women, most of them says that they get married because of financial support. And then they went on to say, some of them says that sex was the reason why they got married. And some said that they just need stability, right? Others says that for identity, feeling belong in the crowd, and then being noticed. And then others, that was not a lot, said that it's part of, taking advantage of being opportunist, right? And so forth. So in terms of the list that I gave, right, Arabi, when you said in terms of, you didn't want to be alone, right? Because you needed a companion, right? Does any of these things that I mentioned resonate with you? And if it does not, no, what are your thoughts coming from with the men, what they share, and also the women, some of the things that they share? What are your thoughts on that? And you can be real, no sugarcoating.
Okay, so the men are saying they're marrying for sex and
respect. Any idea? There's a first one idea, but idea ni ebuo no ye neck to neck.
Okay. All right. So you need respect. I want to. Anyway, you let me leave that one.
Well, respect is a two-way street, right? It's give and take. Uma obi bua onipa kro no nso bebu nti no te say wontimi ni nipa ne nkasa anyhow. You can go on the sex part if that's what you want to talk about, but whichever one we listening. Thank you guys for liking, thank you all those who has been liking it. Go ahead.
You know what? I'm trying to make it not sound too harsh. Not sound too harsh. I mean, so you as an individual, you don't feel respected. You need to marry to feel respected. I'm not getting that one when you say I'm marrying for respect. No, I don't get that one. If you say I'm marrying for, population, I also don't get that one, because if it was for sex, you can get it anywhere if you want it. And if you say I'm going to get married because I need somebody to take care of me, you need a maid, you need a cook, you can hire one.
That's true.
There has to be something more meaningful, for you to get married. So what resonates with me is the belonging. You want somebody to be a companion that you share the same roof with. That you can actually sit down with, we can talk deep into the night, and nobody has to think of, I need to get home. My mom will be looking for me, and that kind of thing. or my kids will be looking for me by now, and that kind of thing. We are together, we can talk till daybreak, and nobody's going anywhere,
That's
and then we
true.
raising godly offspring, under one roof, where we are going to be able to raise children that are not dysfunctional, children that are traumatized, because living together has even raised a lot of dysfunctional families all around the world, with people that are even married. So how much more if we are not married? Okay, so that one aside, so if you tell me it's about XEX and it's about respect and all that, respect is a two-way street. We're together, we need to respect each other. But if it's respect, your mom is there, your dad is there, your siblings are there. Don't they respect you? Don't you have workers that respect you and that kind of thing? You don't go marry because you want somebody's daughter or son to come and be respecting you. That's why you get married. No.
Yeah.
So is that it? Is that all?
Yeah, I mean that's the most that I got. So I just wrote them down to put it together to get the insight. What's going on, and is it just me? Samary, are you dear wuti mema no dodo na say die nti na omo ware. Ebi mu nso say oba no bema ni buo. Edie ni ebuo no. Ena o say Oba no ebehwe ne so yie, right? Oba no begye ne so. And any say bia the obeka na oba no befa. Emema no dodo na omo asem omo kan ye no. But emema ni bi wo hono ma omo say like they need companion, right? But I don't know your kids were be that was a very small percentage. Omo amaso wuni do also saying omo maso wu ye nti no wadwen say mba no nso say omo pe ayi de nti omo ware ni say omo pe be ma obetimi ahwe omo ọbẹhwẹ ọmụ financially so ọmụ hia biribi a ọbẹtotọ nneọma ama ọmụ na ọmụ didie ne nso baayẹ ẹna kyerẹ beebi a obenya beebi atena na sẹ bi a wọbẹ mu a ọbẹma no betumi ahwẹ nkwalaa no afẹ nso no wayẹ Mrs. no Ghana yẹ society no yẹ Mrs. a na ebu sister Belinda jare yẹ mo ọkọ aba eti Mrs. no enso enti na eme ebi mu ware. And ebi mu nso de ono de the only man said this is an opportunity for them to they just jump into it. Into what are doing anything?
Okay, I said there be a sort of self-love, into self-love. When you can't know, won't you know? When you can't know, won't you know? We don't say, we'll so bad and on drama. Maybe my junior is so bad, or cook or you want. And so be yourself.
No, correct.
We know, a year you are supposed to be. The chunk will be, whether you are class, yeah, that's the money to commit to manage the mushroom crown. Then money to bottles to a fridge. And because one can't provide us that. I don't know. To be sure, you can some food be a child. Is there? Put on yourself. Would you cut it? When would you put your progress to not to his own quality to be a show? To be no but you so sad. And don't say, says the quality with perhaps I have to say mates. With my, you know, I to fear them. A young red tooth baby, and didn't even know more younger.
Mate.
Now you know for my
okay, so for me, you know, I got married, you know, to have a companion. Arabi, thank you so much. God bless. To have a companion, someone to love and someone to also love me for who I am, right? Someone I can laugh with and, you know, joke around with. I needed a best friend and someone that I can build a healthier, happier, long-lasting, supportive, you know, partner. So, and I have a whole others, you know, someone who is honest. They're not just going to tell me the things that I want to just hear, right? To sweet me. Sister Mary, thank you. To sweet me, Keke. No, I love sweet talk. But at the same time, no, I want you to be honest with me because I don't like liars. And as time went on, no, in my marriage, you know, I have learned so many things. And one of the most effective coping skills that I feel that married couples and even single people in general needs to learn is to learn effective communication and active listening, because when you learn to how to talk to people, you also have to learn to listen to what others are telling you, your partners and people around you, people you allow in your circle. Life is not just about women and men. Life is about all of us. So if you are in a relationship or in a marriage, everything should not be just about you. You guys have to share everything and you need to be able to support one another. Arabi spoke in terms of, you know, having someone who will support you emotionally, physically, psychologically. And when you're going through some difficult times, sometimes the littlest things that a partner does for you, right? Some people may not be appreciative of that. But you have some women and some men, the littlest things that you do for them when they were at their lowest, right? Or they are going through some hard times, challenges, struggles, they will remember forever. And that's how life should be. It shouldn't have to be. Sometimes we have some women or some men, if I do something for you, you have to do something for me. No one here, and you guys can tell me if I'm lying, wants their partner's parents to get sick or their partners to get sick, because it's not easy to have someone that you love and care for to have to go through that process, right? But like if your partner gets sick, or your partner's family member that they love very much gets sick, you have to be able to be there for them. Even giving them a simple hug, giving putting giving them a kiss on the forehead, not just going to have sex, right? Sex is not everything. Sex alone cannot maintain a healthier, happier, longer relation marriages. But sex is part of marriage, and it's part of the pleasure that some of us use as a mean to distress ourselves, right? But at the same time, the reality is people need people. We need people around us. It's just that sometimes you have to be careful who you allow to come in your circle, or who you choose to be your partner, because the person that we sometimes choose to be our partner can be the person who will cause us to be under 6 feet, right? To be on a life earlier than given to us by the Creator. So we have to be very mindful the people that we choosing to build a life with. So a lot of times, some people, their reasons as to why they get married, that's their reason, because where they coming from, it could be that they are mature about it, or they are immature, or they understand what commitment, having a companion is. Sometimes some of the words that we throw in here, people hear it, but they don't understand what it means, right? They can go and read the meaning of it through Google or dictionary, and they still do not have understanding. It's easier to say things than doing it. A lot of times, some of us, we make promises, or we say things that we want to do and give, and we're not able to follow through it, because once we get ourselves into it, it becomes too much for us, because some people have not been taught in that manner, and some people, they have been taught, but they're choosing not to do it because it's too great for them, and they don't want to do anything to make things better. I mean, I think humanity, we love drama, and we love trouble. Trouble does not come and find us. We always go and find it. But when you have two people who respect one another, who understands that they come from different outbringing, their reaction to certain things, or their understanding to one or two things that happens while they together, they may not have the same understanding to that, and there are some things that we may not agree on, but there is something called compromising, right? When you learn to compromise with your partner, you will have some type of understanding, and also you are able to gradually kind of like, entwine, because we coming from opposite. Once you are able to entwine, that's when the best friend thing comes in, the compassionate comes in, being lovey-dovey and other stuff comes in. So Arabi, do you want to add anything before I move on to the next one to talk about?
Okay, so I think I didn't even exhaust all that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
Like you're saying, marriage, you can read all the books on marriage, but once you're in,
Mm-hmm.
it takes conscious efforts to make it work.
Most
So
definitely.
why people get married and a family and children, we have starting a family. Many individuals marry with the intention of having children and raising family together in a stable environment. I think we talked enough about that.
Yeah.
Providing a stable environment for children.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage is often seen as the most stable and supportive structure for raising children, offering them the benefit of two committed partners.
Yes.
Or parents.
Yes.
And then social and cultural norms, legal and practical benefits. I don't know if you want me to talk about these things. And then commitments and personal growth and other reasons. The other reasons include sexual gratification and regulation.
Yes.
People get married because Bible say instead of you to then marry so that you can do it.
That's true. Of course, I'm gonna need you to talk about some of that. But give me a minute. Brad Joseph, welcome. Star Anna. Truth, welcome. I love that. Akosia, Sister Akosia Frakuma. Nice name, Sister Agnes. Jan, welcome. So, and welcome every single one. Sometimes when we discussing, I may not see your name, and if I don't acknowledge you, it's not intentional. And you like program then so amayen. You know, Arabi, like I have someone say something that women loves money, right? That and they were like, they're not going to say, Sebi or whatever, they're not going to exclude anyone, but women love money. And I'm like sitting there and I was like, of course we love money, but it's not just women, both men and women, every human being loves money. Who will give away money, right? Nobody wants to be poor, right? Like money can buy anything. The only thing money cannot buy is life, because when it's time for you to be on a life or crossover, you have no choice, right? When you get sick, of course, you will need money to take care of you to get the best treatment, to feel better. But sometimes you have some people, as much money as they have, some underlying illness will end up, on a life in them. We have Steve Jobs for an example. He was a person on the iPhone, right? What happened? He passed away. And the time that, he was given a range of time that he knew he was going to pass away, right? And he knew there was nothing he could have done to change that condition. It was something that was bound to happen. With all the money that he has, he still was not able to, like, live longer past whatever time that was given to him. So who will reject money? And the way some of our Ghanaian men talk about, like, Ghanaian women loves money, I'm wondering, if they did not love money, why do they work so hard to maintain a wife, side chicks, mistresses, and so forth?
we all like money. Should I say? I wouldn't. The love of money.
Yeah.
The root of all. So we all need money. We all like money. Money is good. Just don't make it a god. That's it.
Most definitely. I was like, but the man, when you laughing, I'm asking, answer that. I said, the truth of the matter is that every human being love money. So when we're talking about relationship marriages, our men need to stay off saying women love money, this and this. Okay, so why are you working so hard to maintain us? Why are you working so hard to cheat some women by taking care of other women and leaving the one that's sitting home with you? Like, why do you get a job, right? It's because of money. So sometimes I just feel like some arguments that some of our men comes up with against women is wrong and is discriminatory, like they shouldn't do that, and vice versa. Some women, some of the things they talk about men, it's not fair, it's discriminatory. So, like, we just need to be able to meet in the middle and respect gender boundaries, right? What men are good at and what women are good at. If it works for you, you take it. If it doesn't work for you, you learn together and you figure out what best work for you. Because when it comes to marriage, it's not a joke, it's work. So we need to be able to find the underlining line, not to cross any type of boundaries, to set a clear expectation, what we will like and what we like, what we don't like, the things that we love to do. I just feel like if a man and a woman are able to have clear understanding and respect one another, love and care for one another, right? They will be so happy in their relationships and marriages, and they will last longer, right? Being transparent, being a team, having teamwork, being able to be considerate of the other person's feelings, or like, what areas, find the areas that your man is good at, find areas your woman is good at, and collectively you come together and you balance each other out. A marriage couple should not have, like, like when you have a seesaw, right? Most of the time, like, if one pushes down, the other one goes up, right? But at times you can balance that out because the both of you are happy with where you are. But it needs to be balanced out. It can't be one person always being on the highest ground and the other person being in the bottom, right? So it means that one is looking down at the other. We partners in marriages, the two of you are partners. We understand, yes, in Ghanaian culture, men are the head of the house. Most women, we don't want to be the head of the house, but I find it really hilarious when you have some men using that word, I'm the man of the house. Like, why do you have to justify that? Why do you have to talk about that? Because you are insecure. The fact that you keep talking about, I'm the man of the house, you don't even trust yourself. So you have to say it to validate your existence. Why do some men do that? It's just, sometimes I'll be like, oh Lord, here we go again. So you want to say something, sis?
I think you said it all, so let's move to the next.
Okay.
Because if I say I'm gonna say all that I researched, I don't think we're gonna leave here.
Most definitely. So the one thing that I want to say before we move to the next one is that we need to understand that either gender can choose to leave his or her partner anytime if he or she is unhappy, okay, or suffering within their marriage or relationship, being maltreated, being disrespected, um, being treated badly, or like being looked down, and so forth. So the next one, that does any one of you have a question? Because, if you have a question about what we discussed, why do people get married? If you guys have any insight, you can share your opinion, because over here we share our opinion freely. Nobody will get attacked or whatsoever. If someone does that, we will just kick the person off, because this is not the platform for them. Let's move on to true characters of some family members, right? Sometimes you have either a man or a woman who goes through a lot of challenges, difficulties, struggles, hard time, and they have parents, but their parents will not come to their aid. They have siblings. None of their siblings will come to their aid. Some family members, uncles, aunties, cousins, none of them will come and help them at any point in their life. And then they go and meet, the man goes and meet a woman, or the woman goes and meet a man who is exceptional. And that person that they met outside their family choose to support them and help them financially, so they are able to become successful and establish themselves, and now has money. The minute that they become well off, that's when they see their parents, their siblings, the family members who did not pay them any mind the time that they struggle, come and give orders who they can be married to, who like, like what decision they can make and stuff like that. Arabi, what are your thoughts in that?
You want to put me in trouble?
Oh, we having a conversation, so whatever you can give, we learning.
That this issue of entitlement, it's so ingrained in some of us that I just cannot understand it. We don't like to check ourselves.
Yes.
I'll always, this is one thing Mama I talked about that has stayed with me, and I always talk about it. Sometimes sit down and self-examine yourself. Examine yourself. And I said, this thing that I'm so entitled about, do I have the right to be entitled? You didn't help the person. Somebody has helped the person, and the person has established themselves.
Yeah.
Now you come to give instruction as per what?
They think they deserve it more than the person that helped you start on foot.
So that one is neither here or there. It just doesn't make sense. If somebody should enter my gate right now and tell me, oh, and this and this and that, I'm your family, I'm this, so you should do this and do that, I think I'll drink water and mind my business. And I'll tell the person to go do the same. If you need help, I'm going to help you and send you on your way. That's what I'm going to do. I will help you. In fact, I will pay over whatever money or whatever and give it to you and say, you go sort yourself out, okay, and drink water. I'm also going to sit right here and drink water. And then we both go our separate ways because I don't want to have police case or anything.
Arabi, I'll be the opposite of you. You know why? Like, I am very observant when it comes to family members, okay? And for me, when I'm going through something, I make note of every single person who supported me, not just financially, emotionally, psychologically, someone who will call to check on me, to ask, simply to ask how I'm doing, if I'm okay. Is there something that I need? Even if you feel that like I'm going to put my problems on you, like, because sometimes the words that you say to someone can really heal a person or calm a person or fulfill a person. But when it comes to most Ghanaians, many of them do not have that ability. Whenever you get phone calls, especially if you are well-to-do, as you mentioned, the entitlement, some people don't even ask you how you are doing. What is going on with you? The first thing, oh, sister, like, my landlord is about to kick me out. My rent is almost ready and I don't have money to pay this. And like, they always calling you for something, right? And for me, I don't like that. I do not. So, I mean, with my siblings, I am so grateful when it comes to my sisters and brother. I'm not sure if because all of us were raised in abroad, that's why we like that. But the love and the care that we have for each other is incredible, unconditional. Whenever one of us is going through some things, we each come together. We all come together and support one another. And how we support one another, checking in on each other, going to our houses to see if the person, because someone can tell you on the phone that they're okay, but then they may not be. So we go and visit each other. Sometimes my parents, either my mom or my dad, will call and ask for a meeting. Some of us may not be able to be there in person. They will join via virtual. And then most of us will be in person. Like last 2 weeks, my dad called for a meeting. We all like went, and thankfully all of us were able to be there in person, so we were able to talk. You see the facial expression, the body language, the insight everyone have to talk about. So uh, I come from a family, whereas from two family home, and my younger sister crisscross, Arabi, crisscross, she bought yam, right, a box of it, 2 box of yam, and she brought it to my mom's. So my mom had to split that among us, right? And then my younger sister brought mine to her house. So she called me. She was like, "Okay, I bought some yam, mom. Split, mom. Divided that, and I brought yours to my house. So when you get a chance, come and pick it up and stuff like that." I went to my mom, and I was like, "Okay, I'm going to just go by." So I went and picked it up on Friday evening when I had time to do so. And then at times, if I buy the yam, we always bring it to our mother's house for her to kind of like split it. I don't know. She's always the one who has to split it. When one of us go to Ghana, I haven't been to Ghana in a long time, but when Kay came to Ghana, we sent money to Sofo to buy some dry fish and stuff like that. Kay also bought some dry fish and everything, and then he brought it. And then when it comes here again, we will bring everything to our mom, and then she will split it. So we will each have an equal amount of dry fish or equal amount of yam or whatsoever. And that's how my family is. So I'm so used to something like that, the being able to share with one another and also supporting one another. But then you have some people who comes from a family who never have this type of practice, right? So I shouldn't be expecting either my husband or your husband to do the same thing because they have never done that, or maybe they're not used to something like that. They might gradually be able to um, be influenced by you for them to start doing that, or they may never come down to that. Should the woman or the man have an issue just because their partner does not have the same um, qualities that they have?
Okay, so your family knows how to share,
Mm-hmm.
and you're close knit, and you're doing all that. I think that is a very good ground for the spouse that does not know how to do it to learn.
Yeah.
Once we marry, we learn. We come from different backgrounds, and we have come together to form an alliance and a covenant and a partnership and a lifelong commitment. So what you don't know, you learn.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't expect a family member that knows nothing about what's going on and has the right to come in and say, okay, so this is not the person that you're not supposed to marry to, and why is she giving so much stuff to her family? Or I don't know, Papa, maybe I'm not getting you.
Okay, so it's like, especially when you have the male side family, right? You do have some sister-in-laws when their brother was not well to do, right? None of them came for his aid, and they have their own relationship that they were well to do, right? But then a woman came into their brother's life, and through the woman, the guy was able to establish himself. Now he has money, he has built mansions and everything. And then he brought the woman to come to meet with his family. And then when he came, he got 3 sisters and 1 brother. When the person came, the lady's attire, the clothes that she has on, even though she's rich, but she doesn't dress like a rich person because she doesn't want people to like her or identify her as, you know, because she has money for them to be expecting more from her. So that how she presents herself, even though she was dressed modestly, it didn't show that she's well to do. The sisters especially refused to have their brother married to that lady because
Okay, I think I get it. So this is a case of, judging by appearance,
yes,
one, and then, being ignorant of the fact that it was even the woman that has helped the man be established.
Yes,
and these sisters are well to do, right?
The sisters, the people that they are with, they are well to do, so they have established themselves. But the minute the brother has established something, they all want in on that. They coming back.
So that is also, apart from the case of judging by appearance and then being ignorant of the fact that the woman helped the man, it's another case of maybe witchcraft going on there. And
yes, because the sisters didn't want the brother to marry the lady because they thought that the brother was on a different level and the lady did not deserve the brother. The brother explained to them he is where he is because of the lady. They still didn't care. They asked the brother to pay her off and then kick her out because she would not be accepted by the family.
This sounds like a Nigerian movie.
Oh, Nigerian, African movie, and so many other things. This is a sister. Yeah. This is a sister who lives in Virginia, in US, and she had experienced that. So she asked me to bring it forth and talk about it.
So it's a case of ignorance, judging by appearance, witchcraft, and greed.
Mm-hmm.
That is all that I see here. So you shouldn't pay them any mind, okay? If they think that your brother, and what is the man saying about it?
The man said that no matter what they say, she will be the woman she will marry. Even the man's mother, the man's mother was like, I have someone for you. And the son was like, when I was when I had nothing, none of you came to my aid. This is the person who worked 2 jobs to help me get to where I am. And you see the unappreciation of most African people. Like, I don't understand. And you put it perfectly. Ignorance, greed, and like, why do some people do that? Because the person had nothing and now he has something, and it's because of this person.
All that matters is that the man has put his foot down. That's all that matters. And this is case closed.
Most definitely. I agree with you. I told her, I was like, listen, the fact that your man is backing you up 110%, the fact that none of the your in-laws are able to manipulate him because he sees the goodness in you, you should not even worry yourself, But there are some families and there are some men when their mothers and families have a lot of influence on them. Even they see that the woman has done so much for them, and they will instead listen to their family. I mean, this is one exceptional case. But she asked me to bring it up, and I brought it up because what of the 85% of family and our brothers who allow their family to make decisions for them, and they don't, they disregard whatever their woman has done for them when they had nothing. Because a lot of times, karma has no expiration date. For me, when someone does good for you, you need to be able to be appreciative of that. Even if you don't get to marry that person, how you will end the relationship, you need to do it in a way that nothing comes back to you. Because if the person leaves you with a broken heart, right? Or feel betrayed. The things that they will say why they crying. Because when those who believe in God, when you pray, most of your prayers, the ones that really touch you is the one that you pray and you start tearing up. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
When you start tearing up, the things that comes from your mouth is coming from within, from your gut up. It's come because you mean everything that you say. Someone can curse you through pain, right? And you think that okay, you have resolved whatever situation you have with that person. But if that person um cries through pain or grief, you are done. No matter who you settle with, whatever lifestyle you lead, the fact that that person has cursed you because you have done them wrong, you will struggle and suffer, and you will go and blame someone, an elder person in your family, saying that there are witches and warlocks that's disrupting your life. Meanwhile, you forget what you do or what you did some time ago. Even on social media, when we come on social media, it's not every single person that we see on social media who are human, right? And it's not every person that we walk by, we interact with outside social media. Don, what's up? Who are human? There are spirits among us. Some of you may not believe it, but that's why it's good for us to learn effective communication. If someone says something that you don't agree with, you just share your part and you move on. You don't have to agree with everybody, and people do not have to agree with you. We have to agree to disagree. What works for you is what works for you. But some people don't understand that they want to impose their thoughts on other people, like the other person is unimportant than they are. No, what you believe is what you believe. What I believe is what I believe. We can be both Christian, but your belief might be more deeper than my belief. So some of the things that I might say, you may feel offended and stuff like that. You can share yours, but like, okay, this is where I'm coming from. But when it comes to our community, I feel like a lot of us do not understand some of the things we even get ourselves into. Am I exaggerating, Arabi?
No, you're not. You're not. I mean,
And
that's why Waka Pass is allowed.
yeah.
You go put your mouth in stuff, or you go involve yourself in something, and then it backfires on you.
Yeah.
And you are going to face the consequences.
Most definitely.
That's what you're saying. So
yeah, but most times we're not receptive to things that happens to us because we forget that we went and put our nose and mouth on somebody else's business that we have no reason to be part of. Because some of us we look for trouble, right? Trouble does not find us. We go and find trouble because we think we have big mouth, or like we have a voice that needs like there are some things you better off just keep on moving. If you can't understand it, you just go about your business and do what is best for you, because nobody can force you to do things unless you allow that person to get to your skin, right? We always going to have some people who will provoke you. How do they provoke us? What they will say to something that you mention, or even sometimes people may try to provoke you and disrespect you based on your voice alone, how you talk or what you're saying. That's very sad, because I just feel like some people, they don't have anything better to focus on. But that's life, right? And we live our life as we want. Mhm. So, sis, in terms of what we were talking about, right? We also have some Ghanaian families when they find out that a woman cannot conceive, they are barren, right? The first thing is that you cannot bring that woman to this house. But now technology has made it possible for people to have IVF, surrogacy and stuff like that. But still, you have some families who will not allow that because they want their daughter-in-law to carry a child to the full term, so they don't want any other options. Do you have any insight in that?
Okay, so what do the if it's a son that has gone to bring a woman like that?
Yes.
What does the man want? It's like what we discussed earlier about this entitlement thing.
Mm-hmm.
You think you have the right to go say, oh, you can't marry this woman and all that. But what is the son saying? Has the son accepted the woman? Are you happy? I mean, is he happy with the woman? You should be looking at these things first. Is he going to regret this in the future? The woman cannot give birth. Now, like you're saying, technology can do IVF, you can do surrogacy, you can
adoption,
even adopt.
Yeah.
So those options are there.
Mm-hmm.
Your son is happy with this woman. Why won't you let them be?
Hey, some people
if
don't
he's
want
not going to regret, if he's not going to regret it in the future, you let them be. And even if he says, "Oh, I'm not going to regret it," and later regrets it, that's his cross to bear.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need to let our kids go a bit. Let them go a bit. Let them make their own mistakes, and then they learn from it. So we need to. Today they had a wedding at church.
Wow.
And my husband was telling me, I didn't go. He was telling me that I think they had it yesterday, so today they came for Thanksgiving, and my husband was telling me, the pastor was telling the mothers of the children that they should allow their children to marry.
Yes. Oh, Lord.
Especially the mothers. He said, allow your children to marry and keep your nose out of their business.
Oh.
Because parents, we do that a lot, and it's not right. Some go to the extent of going to the houses to see the kind of food that the woman has cooked, and you go and say, "Hey, my son doesn't like this. Hey, my son doesn't like, and this one that you've done it like this." And no, it's not right. Do you have to go and be opening pots and pans to see the food they've made?
It's crazy.
So it's neither here nor there. If she's not gonna be able to give birth, what if your son says, "I don't ever want to give birth," and found somebody that also doesn't want to give birth? What about that?
Oh,
some couples that just want companionship, no kids, they just want to be together and be together, go for trips and doing all kinds of things with each other, and no kids. What about that?
I think that sometimes people make decisions based on their own experience, right? And we can't do that. You cannot insert your bad past experiences into your children or other people.
Yeah, we project a lot.
Yes, and it is too much. It's too much because when it comes to Africans, like I just feel like most Africans, they disregard the emotional effect, the psychological effect, physical effect, and all around how their refusal, their projection, or their frame of mind affect their children, right? Even like I remember before I met Kay, I spoke to my father one time. I was in my early 20s, and I asked my dad, like, when does he expect me to start dating? Mama, yeah, welcome. My father said when I'm 25, and I was like, wait a minute. But Dad, if I calculate when you and Mom had me, neither of you were 25. he said to me, the conversation was over. You see,
Wow.
like you're gonna tell me I have to be 25 to start dating, right? And then when I kind of like put it back on him because he did not wait till that age and he did not allow my mom to reach that age to have me. So what are you telling me? And he didn't want to talk about it.
Probably he made some mistakes, or he thought, oh, I wasn't so mature then, so maybe let me tell Adwoa to mature small.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things.
Girl, you are right. You see, this is what is wrong with us.
Yeah. But you know, we are growing. I think now we are developing too fast. Have you seen the babies that have come in?
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. These kids have too much.
My mom was a midwife, and I remember the babies that we were having in the 80s. They wouldn't even open their eyes. You know, they could barely, you know,
smile.
And kids now, they just come out, they're looking at your face like this.
And they smile. They smile on the first day. Dr. Curry, what's up?
We are developing so fast. So
yeah, these kids smile the first day that they come on this earth. Back in the days, you're right. Those kids, they don't do any of that. But you know, time is changing. It's just crazy. Some of these kids, they're geniuses. Like they know more than their parents, and it's just crazy. But like, you know, I just wanted to engage my father in a discussion, but he put a stop to that conversation before I even was able to share my thoughts, you know, in terms of dating with my kids, with my children, because growing up, both my mom was a bit, you know, she was a bit understanding that my dad, that most African parent fathers, they always strict on their daughters and their sons. They don't put any restrictions for their sons, right? Williams, well, how are you? But like, you know, for my kids, I mean, I have 2 boys and 1 girl. The oldest, he already had a daughter, you know, so and he's in his 20s. That's my stepson. But the time that I spoke to him about safe sex, it was too late. He told me, okay, mom, but it took him a while for him to come out and tell us that he had already gotten someone pregnant. Right?
Oh, wow.
I know. And I guess the discussion came late because I mean I had to build my relationship with him, and I couldn't just start talking to him about not having sex. And you know, if he is sexually active, he needs to practice safe sex. But by the time that we were there and I had that conversation with him, he had already knocked someone. And but he was responsible. I was very proud of him because he never once thought about pressuring his baby's mama to go and abort the child. No, he wanted to have the child, you know. So I had to give it to him for him stepping up and, you know, being able to help raise his child, you know, skill up, what's up, and get me. So, like, you know, it was bad for the younger ones, which is the 16 and the 14-year-old, right? I have discussion with them about relationship and, you know, what age that they're going to want to be in a relationship, and then, you know, the do's and don'ts. When I started, the 16-year-old Nana Kwesi, he was like, Mom, you don't even need to say anymore. You can talk to me about it when I turn 18. So I was like, At the time he was 15, so I was like, okay, so I have 3 more years to relax, right? When you are about to turn 18, that's when we will pick up from this conversation. He said yes. Now the 14-year-old, someone had already approached her, which is one of her classmates, who had asked her to be his girlfriend. And she was like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to be part of this. I mean, I think her turning him down, he was hurt a bit. So I feel like from my daughter's conversation, every now and then he will call out mommy out, like just to get a reaction. But mommy is like very smart young lady, right? She knows what she's capable of, and she doesn't need to be pressured to be in any relationship or do anything that she does not want to do. You cannot influence him or even force her to do something that she does not want to do. She's very um, outspoken. She's quiet, but when she needs to stand on her grounds or stand up for herself, advocate for herself, she will do it. So it's like, I I remember I told her, I was like, well, you don't have to be his girlfriend, but he can be a friend. But and if you feel that he's inappropriate, then you just ignore him altogether, right? And you let the adults know if he comes onto you in a way that you feel uncomfortable. So she's already been given some skills that she can utilize when she's in school with this person. But like for some girls, they do not have that, right? And they will not talk to their parents about it. The minute she got home, she brought it up and spoke to us about it. And that's something that we have embedded in her. So we don't I don't want them to hide things from us and to not go to their friends for advice. I prefer them coming to me, to either their dad or myself, to find out if this is appropriate or it is inappropriate, or for them not to feel pressure. So I'm grateful for that our kids feel comfortable to come and talk to us about things like this. Having boyfriend, having girlfriend, what age should I do that? And I will not restrict, I will not be too strict. For me, I don't think I'm a strict parent, but I have structure and I have boundaries, expectation that needs to be followed, and we all needs to be part of it, right? So that's me. Yeah, so I mean, it's their choice, and I'm not a parent who is going to say, okay, you Ghanaian, your both of your parents are Ghanaian, so you have to marry only Ghanaian. No, my children can fall in love with whomever they fall in love with. I'm not going to limit them for that.
All right. Okay, so that was our third topic, right?
Yes. Do you have anything? How many did I give you, though?
4. So we're going to the concept of the 50-50 and the...
Oh, yes. Girl, bring it up.
So I think that was, you were asking if it was okay for couples to do the 50-50, 60-40,
yes.
70-30.
Yes, you're right. Like you hear a lot of conversation, right? Whereas you have some men and some women talking about, they don't mind doing the 50-50. Others do mind doing the 50-50. Some of them wants to do 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10, and some wants to do 100-0, right? And most of the time is the women's side who wants to do less. So I think that's where some of our men will talk about women loves money and stuff like that. But overall,
100.
what happened?
How about we do 100?
I think that will be the best. we all like, we bring our all. It shouldn't be split in half because you bring in your 100%, I'm bringing my 100%. But a lot of them don't get it though.
Yeah, because marriage is teamwork, and so we bring in 100 into this. What you bring to the table, I bring 100. You bring 100. Let's do this.
Yes.
And that's the ideal thing to do. But like you're saying, I think people have different philosophies regarding effort and contribution each partner should bring to the relationship.
That's right.
It's important to understand that these are often used as metaphors rather than literal mathematical equations.
That's right.
The idea behind the 50-50 marriage is that both partners contribute equally to all aspects of the relationship. And so the 50-50 for us will be 100-100.
Yes.
So the financial responsibility, sharing income, expenses, financial planning equally. There are times where hubby pays school fees, but there are times where I may contribute and say, okay, you add up to it and go pay, or I will pay the whole thing. There are bills, electricity bills, the gas and everything. Whoever is ready, pay for it. Let's go. We're taking care of a family.
Yes.
So you can do it, household chores, the washing, the cooking, the whatever, sometimes he does things and I'm like, oh, please, you shouldn't be doing this, I'm feeling so embarrassed or some type of way, like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, because, in some very funny way, we grow up with certain types of mentality, and it's taking time for us to break all those habits and those status quo and all that, and these things take time. So you see a man doing something now and we are like, oh, but no, we are trying to get out of those things. Okay, so it's a teamwork. We need to work it. And then the child care, parenting responsibilities and time. We have fathers that are couch potatoes. They come back, sit in the couch with their remote. They don't do anything else. They won't help take care of the kids. They won't help them with homework and all that, which is really bad. The emotional support that, we both need, both partners providing equal levels of care, empathy, understanding, decision-making, having equal say in important life decisions. So this one is actually, what I researched about is actually a debate for sure. It's for and against. So this is for. The against is that the fairness and equality, it can be seen as a just and equitable distribution of responsibility, preventing one partner from feeling overburdened.
Yes, that's
and
right.
I don't know how this is an argument. Okay, this is for. And then it reduces resentment and shared ownership. That's and then the against is that life isn't always equal. And people have different strengths and weaknesses. It can lead to scorekeeping.
Yes.
You didn't do this, so I will also not do this.
Oh my gosh. And then you build up problems.
Yes, and then it may undermine the idea of selfless giving.
Yeah.
They don't want to be selfless. But then the 100% approach philosophy suggests that each partner should give 100% of their effort to the marriage, regardless of what the other person is contributing at any given moment.
I agree.
And the key aspect of this approach is that it focuses on individual effort, flexibility, adaptability, emphasis on selfless giving, teamwork, and support. And so the 4 is greater resilience, stronger commitment, reduced focus on scorekeeping, potential for greater love and intimacy. The against is the risk of imbalance. Somebody may be doing 100 and then the other partner is cheating. It's like they are doing 70 or 30.
That's
and then potential for exploitation. One partner might take advantage of the other.
Yeah.
As always expecting to give 100%. Wait, you're not yet. Now I am complacent. You become complacent. And then so finding the balance. So many relationship experts suggest that the most successful marriages operate within a degree of flexibility rather than adhering to either the 50-50 or 100 model. So it involves open communication, Regularly discussing expectation, needs, and feelings about the division of labor and responsibilities, mutual respect and appreciation, valuing each other's contribution, both big and small, willingness to adapt, adjusting roles and responsibilities based on changing circumstances and individual capacities. Says that I can't say issue with this hospital team. He was there holding the fort and that kind of thing. Sometimes he has to travel. I have to hold the fort and that kind of thing. So we communicate and then we make the necessary adjustment and then we're moving forward. So now we are not even thinking of me and my husband. We've never thought of 100, 50, 50. We've never thought of that before.
Of course.
We do what we got to do. We support each other as best as we can. And that's just it. And then our triangle is complete. So,
you know, Arabi, I love that. And this is one of the areas that many couples, they struggle with it because they don't get it. No matter how you explain it, whatever you bring forth, they still do not get it. Okay? As you mentioned, couples need to bring 100% from both sides. Okay, because when you talk about 50-50, 40-60, 30-70, 80-20, 90-0, like 90-10, my bad, and then 100-0, like you just being like unfair. It's like one-sided, right? There's always one side doing less than the other. But our men needs to understand when it comes, okay, if you want a woman to be supportive and come from one end doing the same thing that you also doing, right? Stamary, thank you. You need to, when you say 50-50, okay, so if, let's say with our bills, right, I'm bringing half of the amount to pay rent, and the food that we eat, I'm bringing half of the amount. Light bill, I'm bringing half of the month of the bill. Every single thing that we do in the house, I'm bringing half of it. So when it comes to cooking, sweeping, everything, are you the man going to split that and do half of that? Why are you laughing? I'm just asking a question.
I'm not practicing now. Be do a corridor now. So I'm practicing.
So like when we talk about 50-50 and stuff like that, we have, where I grew up, my mom does the cooking. I mean, when it comes to grocery shopping, our clothing, that was my mom covering all that. And then my dad was in charge with the mortgage, the light bill, water bill. My dad takes care of that, right? Christmas time, dad takes care of his stuff. Mom will bring us shopping. As to whether or not dad gives mom money to bring to get our Christmas present, I cannot say. But she will do all the shopping, and then she will have me. I used to do the wrapping because I'm good at wrapping presents. And then for mine, she will wrap mine because I never got to see my Christmas present because she always takes mine out. I will know everybody else what they get. I won't tell them because I know how to keep a secret. I will not tell my siblings what they're getting. But my mom always will wrap mine. She wouldn't let me see what I'm going to get. So I came from a household like that, right? So I don't mind doing that in terms of that. But like, let's just say if Kay is asking me to pay half of everything, right? And then it comes to our children, clothing, their electronics and everything, and he expecting me alone to pay for it and he's not helping, oh hell to the no, that's not going to fly. Because then I feel like I'm being used because I'm doing more than he is. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, the thing is, couples need to have understanding. If one person is doing something in one end, you also have to carry the other end to support your partner, right? We need to be able to learn to support one another because we are in this together. Forget about Arabi and her husband, the things that makes them happy. I mean, I can have her tell us what makes them both happy. She spoke about companionship, caring for one another, supporting each other when one is going through some difficult times and stuff like that, which I think is very important among between couples. And that's something that I can take and implement in mine. But the things that is working in my marriage, I'm not going to throw them away because I learned something from Arabi. I'm going to add on what I have learned that I feel will be beneficial for both Kay and I. However, if we try to implement it and we're not doing it right and it's not working for Kay, I cannot force him to do it. I will go back and do my homework. The first person that I will look into is to call Arabi and ask her to explain things to me. How was she able to successfully implement such and such? But some of us, what we do, we don't go and ask questions. We just want to force things upon our partners, which is just pure unintelligent. Because if you're going to ask your partner to do something they're not used to, it's going to take time. And we need to exercise patience. We cannot expect them to pick on as quick as you can because our understanding and emotional intelligence is different. So when you pressure your partner to do something that other couples are doing, we talk about do not compare your relationship, your marriage with other people because we are different. Yes, it takes two to tango, right?
Yeah.
But like some of us, we don't listen. It's like we hear something, it goes from this ears and it comes out of that one. It doesn't sit in the head. Some people, it feels like the way they act, the way they behave, the way they talk is like they have water, not brain sitting in their head. The more we learn, we become wiser. The less we learn, we become fools. Things that we, even when we have adequate, good information or beneficial things, the fact that we cannot process it productively, we do not understand where we coming from, where we need to start, or like we will not get it. No matter what we do, we will struggle. And I know some people who had gotten a divorce for a stupid, foolish reason because they could not understand each other. They didn't exercise patience. And then wait, sometime, some years after they get a divorce, then they realize their mistakes. But they can't go back. It's too late because either the partner is now with someone else or they're choosing to not be with you no more because you were the death of them. They don't want to be unalive earlier than they should. And it's not their fault because some of us, you can have friends and, someone that sometimes when I hear someone say, oh, Madam Fuwe, me in the book tafre. Chale mi kosia ba kwa nsumi o. Enti me ni obi e mo kosia. Me ni obi e mo kosia ntafre o. Chale, I want my one kosia. Uh-huh. So, Arabi is knowledgeable. She's my friend. Mama Ya is knowledgeable. Mama Ya have her strength in some areas that I feel that I can talk to her and she should be able to provide me enough adequate information that I can utilize in my life. Arabi also has strength in some areas that I can go to her and ask her for some things that I can utilize, right? Kay has his strength. I have my strength. People that I like and love, they each have their strength that I can take something from them. But in terms of, some things that I just feel are important, but some women makes it so important and they make the mistake, the things that Kate does for me. I can come on social media and talk about some things that we have done together that has worked in our relationship. But most of the things Kate does for me, I will not share it over here before someone come and take my husband away from me.
We won't do that.
No, because
don't do it.
A lot of people will be listening. Oh, her husband does this and this. No, this is what concerned people do.
Don't do it.
Right? Like you come, because in the beginning when I first started talking, I used to do that Arabi. Before I know if someone went to my husband messenger and tried to get money from my husband and talking to my husband like my husband was has approached her.
You know what? I like people to think that it's not working. Yes. That's what I want them to.
Yes, but if it's working now, you and your husband, my brother Bukari knows why it's working, right? Because the two of you have understanding.
It's not working. I like it like that.
Samari, thanks for the Lady Coco Sausage. Welcome. So what is working with Kay and I love the fact that we have more understanding. We both using our active listening. We respect each other's boundaries, our likes and dislikes. Some of these things, couples needs to learn. You need to be able to...
You know why I said let them think it's not working? Mm-hmm. We try too much on the bad news. And when it comes to marriage, negatives are too much.
Yes.
The negatives are too much. So if you come out and you want to say the positive side of it, you are going to get so much backlash. Oh yeah, I said that he's speaking it, he's doing this. So you take it that it's not working.
Oh,
Let me enjoy my life.
And that's true. Thanks, Lady Coco. Listen, you have couples who get married and their first couple years, they are so happy. And then the remaining of the years, they always arguing, fighting and stuff. Kay and I started off arguing a lot because we both had anger management issues. And we used to go back and forth like crazy. Arabi, Lady Coco, Sister Sage, say hello.
Sister Sage, greetings. Thank you for the support.
And it took us 2.5 to 3 years for us to finally get it, for us to have understanding that we were doing it wrong, because that was his first marriage. That was my first marriage. So we thought we had it together, but oh boy, we struggle, and at times, Charlie, no be small thing. No be small thing, because I left my husband more than 100 times. I remember we will get into a disagreement. I'll be like, I no longer want to be married to you. I'm out of here. Yo. Yeah, girl, it was crazy. I'm like, I cannot be in this marriage no more. Please, I need a divorce. It was just crazy, right? Even one time I packed my stuff and got into my... Oh, Charlie, no, I got into my car, and before I can start the car, I remember one thing my father said. My father said once when we got married, he was like, don't think that both your mom and I live where the same state that you live in. So when you and your husband have a disagreement, you're going to bring your stuff and come to this house, because you will not be coming to this house. I would not let you in. So as I remember that, I was like, shoot, my dad is in the house. How am I going to get away with this? So I just, I felt so embarrassed because I just told Kate that I'm done and I packed some of my stuff. So I was embarrassed how I'm going to come back to our house, right? So I ended up going to the supermarket to get some grocery to come and cook. And when I got back to the house, the first thing Kay grabbed was the bag and he put it in the room. But this is some of the things that when you get married, right, and you get upset, it's okay, because every now and then we in our mood, right? Sometimes it will be from yeah.
You know that sometimes, like I said, marriage is the only school that we enter with a certificate before we start.
Yeah.
We are two different people coming from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the marriage, we need to work on ourselves. Look, you cannot enter marriage and say, oh, me, I'm prepared for marriage.
Yes. Yeah.
There are stuff you need to unlearn, to relearn in the marriage.
Yes.
Thank you, Lady Coco. You enter the marriage and you need to work on yourself. That inner work that I keep hearing about nowadays, you will enter marriage and you need to do inner work there.
Yes.
Both of you. So when you are not willing to do it, that is when the divorce and all those stuff will come. I back myself, I go and the fight and somebody's unaliving somebody. And,
oh my gosh, it's crazy.
The abuse and the acid and the graping and all those things comes in,
Mm-hmm.
You need to do that work. Marriage is work, and then you need to do your inner work as well as an individual and as a couple.
Yeah.
So that's what you and Nana Kate did, and now look at it.
I know, right? Oh, thank you, Lady Coco.
Experiences or even more.
Yes.
To get how we are now because we were willing to actually do the work.
Oh, yes.
Have the some of the uncomfortable conversations, you have to have it.
Yeah.
Some of the skin crawling, conversations that are so uncomfortable. You need to have it. You need to pray. You need to be humble. You need to let the ego and the pride go and that kind of thing. And then you come to a consensus. You may not always agree, but come to a consensus and say, okay, we're going to take it one day at a time. And you see that you can do it. You need to do the work.
Yeah. I mean, like, to like, a lot of times, some of us says that we in love, but we really don't know what love is for sure. And it took me for me to learn to love myself, care for myself, to understand what love is. Up until I learned self-love, the things that I thought I felt has nothing to do with love. I was looking for Kay to make me happy, to just drop everything. I wasn't even thinking about how he felt. It was everything, the selfishness. I was selfish, right? And like, some of the argument were petty things that it didn't even need to go to that level. But because, like, when you lack of certain things, you create problems that are unnecessary, right? You question foolish questions, things that you shouldn't even be bringing into your partner. You just bring it up, and that's what I struggled with in the beginning, because I thought that it was his job to make me happy. It was his job to drop everything and do whatever. Up until I learned selflessness, that's when I started understanding what love is. I care for my husband. I didn't love my husband when we got married, but now I have, grown to love my husband, and care for him deeply. And this is some of the things that most couples don't understand, because the person does not have to have an abundant money. The person does not have to carry you on their head or their neck. The person, like, I mean, my husband has nickname for me. I have nickname for him. We both love our nicknames. You know, we laugh with one another. We laugh at one another. Every once in the blue moon, we disagree on something. We have learned to compromise. You know, I don't even remember the last time we had an argument. If I tell you guys I remember, I'll be lying to you guys. We hardly even argue. So it's like we don't fight over money because he makes his own, I make mine. And we support. I know, right? Stage, welcome. So it's like, you know, sometimes some of us we lacking of coping skills. Learn effective communication, active listening, be understanding, understand where your partner is coming from. Also know that you were not raised in the same environment, the same household. So his thinking and your thinking is going to be different. However, the two of you can teach one another and learn from each other. What is, you know, make a list of your do's and don'ts, and then put it together, cross out whatever you feel is unnecessary, what you need to work on. Your past bad experiences should not define you, because your current partner has nothing to, oh, thank you, Lady Coco. Your ex situation has nothing to do with your current partner. Get over it. Learn to heal and move on. I am so tired and sick with people. You don't know what I've gone through. Like, we know, you know, that nobody feel happy. Their failed relationships and failed marriages, or like their upbringing. Yes, every for me, this is how I see it. Every single Ghanaian person who was born in Ghana soil has been traumatized somewhere, somehow.
Exactly.
So you have been traumatized, right? Find ways and means to get over it. Go see a therapist. You know, if you feel that you cannot function without bringing that up, what you've been through, I'm sorry, you've been through so much, but please get over it. Move on. Get the help that you need. Professional, you can, like, some people are married and they still not over their past bad experiences, and they're expecting their husbands and wives to fix them. They're not going to fix you. If you have anger management, go to anger management classes to help yourself. Nobody has the right to put their hands on no one under no circumstances. I'm sorry, if you're upset, walk away. Go drink some water. Arabi will say,
I was gonna say something in that thing.
Yeah.
All that we are talking about is for willing partners.
Yeah.
If you are putting in your 100, you are doing the inner work, you are doing the self-care.
That's on progress. Yeah, well,
you're
right.
It's not trying their best to do the same with you.
Yeah.
You are free to seek help. You are free to stand on your own 2 feet and say, this is not for me.
Yeah.
I am not saying go and leave your spouse. Mm-hmm. I do not advocate for separation and divorces and all that.
Yeah.
But I am telling you, love yourself enough. Mm-hmm. Work on yourself enough. So much so that you are able to stand on your own 2 feet. And if you have to make that decision, make it.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody pressure you.
Yeah.
Do the work. You see, this is one of the things that I gained from all these years of relationship, to love myself enough.
Yeah.
That I know myself that if I have to make that decision, I can boldly make it. It's not that I don't love you. Mm-hmm. I do. But love is able to let go.
Yeah.
It does not rejoice with evil.
Yeah.
So if evil is happening to you, learn to let that evil go.
Most definitely.
If you have done everything that you need to do and the evil is persistent,
yeah,
stand up for yourself, shift your focus, stand on your own 2 feet and love yourself enough to make that decision. Thank you.
Thank you. Self-love, self-care, self-evaluation, self-discipline, basically self-everything. Every single person, men, women, our children, we need to teach it to ourselves, learn it. Because from my understanding, what we do not have, we cannot produce. If you don't love yourself, no matter how many men you chase, how many women you chase, you will not love any one of them because you don't know what love is about. So don't go and say, oh, I used to love it. No. Up until I truly understand what love is in my marriage, I thought I was in love with my ex. Girl, I was just bugging. I had no idea. I was thinking foolishly. I wasn't in love with that person. I was just in love with what I see. Him being tall, him having six packs. I was in love with those things, not the person, you know? So sometimes, the things that hey, Brother G, what's up? Sometimes the things that we do, it's a whole lot. We need to just exercise patience, and if you're a woman and you don't love a man, please don't go and tease that person and put that person, like use the person and then dump the person. If you're a man, you don't love a woman, please keep on moving, right? It's not good to mess with people's emotions and their psychological well-being, their physical well-being, because a lot of times, some of us, we end up cursing ourselves or finding ourselves in a situation that we created. You don't want me, move on. It's just as simple as it is. Some men, will chase tonga. It's only the tonga they're looking for. Once they get the tonga, that's the end of it. They no longer want to see you no more. So as women, we need to understand, if we're choosing to give our precious things away to this person and that person, without getting to know the person, then it's your decision, right? But we do have some women who has been great and who has been sexually assaulted, who has been, gone through a whole lot, molested and all that, and they still did not get the help that they need. They have not been healed. Some women do not perform well in bed, not because they don't want to, but they have been traumatized. Some people in the bathroom, when they go to the bathroom, they get triggered. They cannot uh, be sexual in the bathroom with their husbands because they were raped in the bathroom. So it's like sometimes you men, y'all need to chill, and try to support your women, because some of them have been really, really traumatized and they need the help. Some men don't have the patience for that. And women should not jump into relationship and marriages because they want to go with the crowd. Make your individual decision. If you love someone, care for someone, you like someone, it starts from likeness, right? But don't jump into one-sided relationship or one-sided marriage. So we have covered a lot today. Arabi and I have covered a lot today, and we hope that all the hey, Justice-in-Law, welcome, long time no see. And those who were able to tune in from the beginning, we hoping that you guys were able to take something out of all the topic we discussed, regarding the 50-50 stuff and whatever percentage. You need to give your all 100% from both ends. And then we talk about some families' character. When you're struggling, going through difficulties, challenges, nobody wants to help you. But then if a partner comes along and help you for you to establish yourself, now they have something to say about that. And then we also cover, like, when a woman is unable to have children, some families, will get on them and they will ask the men to divorce them. But now with technology, you can have IVF, you can have surrogacy, you can adopt. There are so many other options out there. And then we talk brief. We also talked about why people get married, the men perspective, women perspective. Arabi also share her part, I share my part. So we cover a lot of areas. I'm going to ask Arabi to do her advertisement. Dr. Paul, how are you doing? Some of the things that she does, if any of you are looking for someone to do your CVs and other things, she is it. And so I'm going to have her do that. Listen to her beautiful voice, and then once she's done, I will promote some of my brothers and sisters, some of the things that they also do, and then I will close out for today. Arabi,
All right.
go ahead.
Thank you so much for the privilege. So the name is Lulu's Niche, and we are registered, and we are into promo videos, flyers, posters, banners, logos. If you need somebody to proofread your article, your book, whatever you're writing, we can help you with that. We write CVs, and we currently selling Christian literature, where we have books on inspiration, motivation, Bible helps to help your Christian, journey and your intimacy with the Lord. So if you need someone to promote your goods and services, we are here for you. Thank you, Mama Adwoa, for the opportunity.
Can you do ayeyis for me also?
Yes. And then Ayeyi, Fragilis Ayeyi is a young lady here in Ghana. She's the ambassador for the Osteogenesis Imperfecta Foundation, OIF, and she has brittle bone disease. And so she creates awareness every first week of May. I think on the 5th, they have their day. And so if you have a child that has brittle bone anywhere around Ghana and you are confused about it, you can contact the OIF Ghana on the Blue app. I hear TikTok doesn't like you when you pronounce the names. Yes,
I know, right?
Blue app for OIF Ghana, and you get assistance. They have clinic days at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital here in Cape Coast Central Region. So you can come there for clinicals. They have about 11 or so children that they're taking care of now that I know of. So contact them. And then tomorrow I have Graceful Gems with Mama Ya. Mama Ya is an Amazon best-selling author of 6 books. And we are not theologians. We are not preachers. We are just handmaidens of God. And we are also learning, to know more about God. We don't claim to be theologians. We just share scripture references and juxtapose it with daily life and life issues. So we come your way tomorrow on Mama Ya's page talking about love. Do you know what love is? What is love? What love is not?
That's gonna be a good one.
Tomorrow. Is it 11 a.m. Eastern? I think now it's 10, right? Mountain Standard Time, and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then 4 p.m. GMT. And let us deliberate about love and learn more about the verb called love. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arabi, and thank you today for starting the program with me and ending with me. I'm gonna have you come on more than you want to.
Thank you for having me.
Today you made it easier for me, because sometimes when it's just me, it's like, oh gosh, who is gonna come?
I know.
It's fun to have someone to talk with,
I was supposed to come live for 3 times when I started the live.
Okay.
And I did it. After that, I'm not done it because I don't like doing lives or my, like myself sitting there for like an hour or 2 hours doing live. No.
I think you should do it, even if you come and do it for 15, 30 minutes, and let me know the dates and the time. Maybe I can work it. I can kind of work around it and come and support you, because you have a whole lot to give.
Yeah, I have a lot of content, but it's just the sitting at one place. I'm always moving around, so when I'm not moving around, I'm lying down and resting. So for me to just sit and just not be doing anything, but just talking. Because as I'm talking to you, I'm doing a whole lot of things.
I see.
I just finished taking my tea. Okay, I'm not done yet. But
I know. Baby girl, let me see. What do you have on? Oh, come here. You see, my baby girl and I have Sister Sage stuff on. There she is.
Oh wow, that's nice.
I know, right? She just love it. Yeah. And even when she go out in the community, you would think, she would want to wear like something nice and sexy and all that. She's just, she doesn't want nobody to bother her. She would just have on a jeans or leggings, and then she be out. So I'm just praying that when she turns 17, 16, 17, 18, I won't have to be coming here crying. My daughter this. My daughter did this. My daughter did that. That would be like, oh, great. Oh, man. Yes. Okay. So, thanks so much, Arabi. I truly appreciate your time today, your precious time. So, like, we have Sister Aisha Ankara. She does not do program, but she does, Okay, thank you. She sells, Juice Plus natural supplement. Wherever you are, all over the world, you should be able to, like, um, purchase some Juice Plus from her. I use the Omega. The Omega is good for joint pains. It also boosts your energy. I remember, like, back in the days when my alarm goes on, it goes off in the morning. I'll just snooze it, and then I'll be running or like rushing to go to work. I no longer do that. I give myself at least 5 to 15 minutes. So I'll set my alarm maybe 5:30 in the morning. By 5:45, I'm up. The latest 6 o'clock, I'm up. I'm not snoozing as much as I need to do no more. So you can reach out to Sister Aisha and get some. They have, the family set, but I love the Omega. That one is like I've been taking it since 2020. And then she also sell, kitchenware, like, silver set, the pot, play sets, if you have some that's been a long time, you need, a stain. And when you're trying to cook jollof rice, wachi, whatsoever, the bottom of the silver is like, the pot is like very light. Your stuff start burning and stuff. You can reach out to her. If the shipment costs more than what you purchased the items for, she will redirect you elsewhere. She also sell Avon products. For the Avon products, no, you have to base in UK for you to be able to get that. So let's support Sister Aisha. Reach out to her via Messenger on TikTok, and then she should be able to assist you in that. And then we have our Sister Belinda Ejare. Sister Belinda Ejare does have um, African market in the Bronx. Sometimes I hear people talking about Bronx this, Bronx. Listen, it's in a good neighborhood. The store name is B&B African Caribbean Market, located at 1163 Boston Road, Bronx, New York, 10456. You have your GPS, your phone, whatsoever, put it in there, put the address in there. You should be able to go there to get the best African food to support our sister Obapa Belinda Ejare. Her store, she has so much stuff, it's crazy. So we can support her. And then as you guys see me, you see my shirt, Adwoa Odo Mensa Show, right? This was made for me by our sister Sage Williams, Lady Coco on TikTok, T-shirt by Sage on TikTok, and then on Facebook, she's known as Sage Williams, right? You go to sageshare.com. When you go over there, she has a lot of t-shirt, different patterns. If you have a nickname from middle school, high school, secondary school, university, wherever, right? A nickname that you love, or a nickname that your partner has given you that you need to, like, have that. She can print it in the front for you. You see, this is beautiful. The color is also beautiful. And then, so you can have her do it for you, right? In terms of that, if you go to sageshare.com and you don't see any of the shirt that is there, the colors that you would like to have, please do not leave. Just select whatever size that you want. I have some that is size it's large, and this is medium that I have on. And I have large size also. And she has, I believe, up to 2x large, or she might have bigger than 2x large. I'm not sure, but it goes up to 2x large. I'm familiar with that because I get K some of the shirts too. So, like, if you don't see the color you would like to have, please do not leave, because she can put all the colors up there. Whatever patterns or designs that you like, just select the size and everything. And then there's going to be a comment box over there. You let her know what color of shirt you would like to have. She will get it for you. If you can decide what colors you want and you want her to select them for you, she's also good at it. Her customer service is fantastic. I love it. I have never had any issues, any problems with shipment, ordering, nothing whatsoever. Your email is a must. Your phone number is optional. Once you send the order, she will reach out to you to confirm your order, and then she will let you know she's going to work on it. Once she make the shipment, she will send you the tracking number, and then you can track your package, when they're going to deliver and everything. She normally do all that for me. She will send me the tracking number. I'll be like, okay, but I don't even pay any mind to it. And then she will tell me, Sister Adwoa, you should be getting your package today. And sure enough, they will come and ring the doorbell, and I'll open the door and it's right there, right? Yeah, so let's support our sister Sage. She also sell dresses. One size fits all is 85% of that. Tall, if you are tall, big, small, slim, short, you will fit into the one size fit all. That's the one that I get, right? So I have one size fit all dresses from her. One of these days I'm gonna wear the dress and show you guys some of the dresses that I have. They very nice. Then the 15% of the dresses, you have to have a waist size 32 for the ladies in order for you to fit into the. She sells creams, with shea butter, jewelries, necklace, earrings, bracelet, beads, scarf, which we say duku, right? Handbags and other accessories. You go to sageshare.com. Please go over there. Let's support our sister Sage, because a lot of times, as Ghanaians, when we see our people doing something, we don't support. Let's support one another, right? Every little thing that we do, you get blessings from that. So, Sister Sage Williams, sageshare.com. Go over there. And then we have our sister, for the Atura. Oh, Arabi, thank you so very much. Thanks. We have our sister for the Atura, Sister Ya on her Facebook page. She is known as Antilla's Book Corner. Her YouTube page is Antilla's Book Channel, right? She comes live on Facebook every other Saturday at 11 a.m. MST time, 1 p.m. EST time with her co-host Obapa Saya Boatima Boatin Russell. Saya Boatima Boatin Russell has not been coming live of lately because she recently lost her mom, so she needs time to like kind of like gradually heal, because it's not easy when you lose a loved one. Sometimes you have to kind of like figure things out and get back into what you routine that you normally used to do. So she's taking her time, which she should, right? And she shouldn't feel the pressure to come. So gradually she will resume very soon. Desire for that, we also have Antilla's Own It Academy coaching and book publishing services. Her book publishing coach and book publishing services is like awesome. I would recommend anyone who would like to write their story. If you want her to ghostwrite for you, she will be more than happy to do it for you. If you want her to coach you, she will do that. She coached me for my first book, which you guys can find on at Amazon. Unveiling my life, a guideline to breaking free and reclaiming my life. It's about trauma. You put Adwoa Odo before you go to the Mensa. It will pop up, and you can order your copy. Um, Saya has written six books since 2020. The first book was inspirational book, is Reflection from a Thirsty Soul. The second book is my personal favorite, which is Brother Stephen, how are you doing? Which is the beauty, but I love all her books. The beauty of a woman's heart. The third book is Refreshing for my weary soul. The fourth book is a number one bestseller at Amazon. Is Own It, a guideline to taking accountability and responsibility of my own journey. The fifth book is My Unapologetic Self. The sixth book is A Call for Prayer. And you should be able to get all of that on Amazon when you put in Ya for the Atobra. Uh, Her books will pop up. And then we have our sister Ya Boatma Boatin Russell. She also have a book on Amazon, and it's Echoes of Ya BBR Chronicles. You put in her name, it will pop up, and you should be able to get a copy of that to support our sister. Like, we have every other Saturday. The Saturdays that she's not live on Facebook, we are live on TikTok at Authors Hub Y2A. And the Y2 is Ya for the Atobra, Ya Boatma Boatin Russell, and then the A is, of course, Moi. We come and talk about a lot of things. Sometimes we derive the topic from any of our books. So if the topic comes from any of our books, we will be streaming from our page. And sometimes we have other random topics, and then either Sister Ya will have me stream on my page, or she will stream on her page. So our mission is to empower each other and also women. The men, you guys are welcome to be part of the discussion and the conversation, because we here to teach and learn. So when you guys get copy of the books and read it, just give us a healthy review. When we come live and you do have questions, feel free to come and ask questions. Like, also, my second book should be coming out soon, but it's going to be about romance, because I do love romance book. The imaginary mind and some of the things sometimes that you fancy and stuff like that. So you guys watch out for that soon. And Lee, How you doing? So let me see. So let's go to Amazon and provide support. Get a copy of our books to support us. Thank you. And then we have our brother Isaiah Crunchy. He also, you put in his name, Isaiah Crunchy, and all his books that he has written should be able to pop up. He has African Rising and many other on Amazon. So let's go and support us. When you come through, just Salinda, how you doing? Welcome. So I thank each and every one of you. Arabi, thank you so much. All those who gave me, who gifted, I appreciate everything that you spend. I pray for God for you to gain back 100 times what you spend. I appreciate that. Thank you. All the likes, love on Facebook, all the likes on TikTok. Thank you guys very much. On Saturdays, Safo Samuel Koso and I do come live at 7:30 Ghana time to talk about marriage lessons. But most of the topics that we do talk about is general topic. Like yesterday, we came, Safo came and teaches about um, acknowledging our mistakes and apologizing. That's what we discuss. And Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Ghana time again, I do come live and talk about life issues, which is normally open talk, freestyle. That's what I'm doing today. On Sundays, I do it in English. But if you listen in and you want to come up and be part of the conversation, whatever language, if Chi is your dominant language, you can come and speak the Chi. If you're okay speaking the English, that's fine. You can come. Our sister Mary came on. She shared her thoughts in some of the discussion, and she spoke Chi. Nobody judged her, nothing whatsoever, because we all have our strength. Sometimes people feel comfortable talking in in their native language and stuff like that. Nana Hima, how are you? Do you speak Chi? Yes, I do speak Chi. Yeah, if I'm speaking Chi by myself, sometimes it's a bit, you will just find me speaking mixing in the English. But if I'm speaking to you, you are part of the discussion and you speaking Chi, I will speak Chi with you, and talk about some things if I'm having difficulties saying something. And to say speak small Chi, let us hear it, please. Oh, Radhe. So, me country no why ne wo country na me no be country ne pa nti no me ba to say bia aware ana say bia relationship na say nneoma bi a ebetimi asua a ebetimi ama yenya enkoso no eno na me ba beka ho asa me no me mpɛ te say obi wo hɔ no ma trending issues no aba betena no akasa, because ayɛ mmerɛ bebree no sɛ da biara sɛ obi asɛm baa na abɛtena hɔnom ka, menka sɛ ɛyɛ wrong o, but sɛ obi wɔ hɔnom a n'adwuma a wɔyɛ ano no, but sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛnya nkɔsoɔ bebree anaasɛ nneɛma bi kɔ so ma yɛn a, ɛsɛ yɛhwɛ ourselves within, right? Ansa na yɛsɛ yi w'ani ase mponam ansa na wakɔ akɔyi obi deɛ. So wahu na mekyɛ no nti no, ayɛ mmerɛ bebree no, obi wɔ hɔnom a na wareɛ gu a na nnipa bi abɛtena so na dede ne dɔɔso. Wonim deɛ ɛkɔ so ɛma nnipa no awareɛ ɛkɔ awieeɛ. Ɛnom ne ade. Nti sɛ obi awareɛ gu a, ɛno no ɛyɛ sedeɛ anaasɛ ɛyɛ mocking anaasɛ ɛyɛ ayi. Sometimes no, deɛ obi deɛ ba a, ɛyɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ na yɛde tu yɛn ho fo. Instead sɛ yɛbɛka asɛm ni. yɛnyɛ yɛn ho adwuma yɛyɛ yɛn ho adwuma a ɛbɛboa yɛn even nua sese wahu sɛ meka twi no nti no te sɛ ɛyɛ nneɛma bebree. Oh, Lady Coco, you are so very welcome as always, because they say to see wo nua support a sɛ wo nso fa kwan bi so de support no ɔno nso ɛyɛ biribi a so ɛho na ɛmɛkyerɛ no da ɛno na ɛma ɔdɔ enyi instead say so obi yɛ biribi no w'ani gye ho a promote the person bonipa naba so share with people nomni ade inti monko sageshare.com ati monko to mo t-shirt so we din kra na apɛsɛ or print gu so betimi a print gu so oh your chi is sweet me that say jama kita iphone that be one man wo try no change with words no it's crazy yeah all right Mary, sister Mary, Madam I say all the gifts, Madam I say the likes, me everything, because without you guys, it's like because I know so sometimes be bad no your life and I say, I had TikTok people say the idea I work here no educative and I say you'll be a whole no more but yeah. But most of you I know say you say yes, right? Me mama mmɛka obi anim anaasɛ mmɛka obi ho asɛm nom ne ade. I just want us to build ourselves. Yɛnyɛ yɛn ho adwuma because hey, wiase a yɛwɔ no, wiase ɛde o. Wofiri wiase kɔ a ɛno ano no obi enhu biem. Ɛna ɔdi awerɛhoɔ nso awerɛhoɔ tumi kum. One of the silence killer ɛyɛ sɛ wode nneɛma bɛhyɛ wo mu, right? Wobɛdi awerɛhoɔ. Wobɛdi yaw, wobɛma ho kwan na obi aboro. Bible nka a lot about abuse, right? Ɛsiane sɛ years 2000 over 200 years ago no na saa nneɛma no ni hɔ no. Sɛ ebinom no abufuo nti no obi tumi maamefoɔ bi koraa tumi de frying pan ɛbɔ ɔmo ba ɛtikɔ ne ɔmo apam ɛtikɔ ɛhɔ no ne yɛni wɔ because maamefoɔ ni bi wɔ hɔ nom a they cause their own problems so ɛnom ne ade wɔbayɛ ade a maame bi tumi si ne ba mu hey asa akwaraa no ɛnyɛ nipa mema a mawo ɔmo memfa a me nsa nka ɔmo da but sɛ metu ɔmo fo na ɔmo yɛ ade nso a meka ɔmo anim because mempɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛsɛe ɔmo sɛe de kɔ abɔnten a yɛnka sɛ akwaraa di ɔyɛ bɛka sɛ akwaraa na awofo antete ne yie na wo awofo no wo ne yɛ bɛyɛ wo so ɛho nti sister Mary ɛyi topics nom ne adeɛ na apɛ sɛ yɛka no many suffer some more kosokano. Mr. Send brɛ me via message. Send it by me make a list of it. Nam dia mass of no. Ye bear arrange days and I said die ye beba bedi whom come send ye bear won so beba and I would the ban so questions are so busano. Ubet me a busanti no to some mobile mubet me a busa question. The entire kwesi adami leave topic no open talk no. Mepɛ sɛ obi wɔ hɔnom a na ebi biribi ahyɛ ne so something pressing obi nso wɔ hɔnom a nneɛma nkɔ yie nti sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a obi ba a na sɛ ebi a ɔpɛ sɛ obisa biribi na ɛmfa question ne ho a na nkɔyɛ sɛ asɛm a mebaeɛ a yɛreka no yɛfiri hɔnom nti no sɛ me open no we can go whichever way baabi a menkɔ ɛyɛ sɛ yɛbɛka politics. Every once in a while, best say a couple minutes, maybe or one more cancer, make or 500 more bet me I can but it won't be a long discussion about politics. And I say your religion. I mean, to say new Maya, yes, so my boy, that one I will come and talk about it if we need to. And trending issues, once say if it's about domestic violence normally and new maybe impacted society now I will come and talk about it but to say will be our real good that's none of my business yeah echo year mommy I will share it and then some people will like to take it that's fine and to say like I'm more about the positivity building unity supporting and all that. Yeah, that's just my personality. Thank you for great advice, beautiful sister Adwoa. Oh, my beautiful sister Mary. Mwah. Much love. No problem. Anytime. Yeah. Okay. And it's like nyame ya adom a yɛbɛsan hyia ba weekends it's a adwuma time a meyɛ adwuma no nti on weekdays menhyɛ da ntimi mba but weekends Saturday we suffer some ɔkɔ so ɛno no yɛka twi ɛna Sunday ɛyɛ me nko a meka borɔfo most of the time but bi wɔ hɔ nso a me mixe nti sɛnea maka no woba na wopɛ sɛ wo nso woba bɛkasa nkasa sɛ saa wei sɛ deɛ no meyɛ psychology but sɛ mefiri abusua no doctors ne nurses no ɔmo dɔɔso wɔ me hɔ wɔ m'abusua mu. Yeah. Are you a nurse? I saw. So when it comes to medical field and that, I do have knowledge and stuff like that. And to notice like when I come now, questions and stuff, you guys are more than welcome to ask because sometimes we can do Q&A, right? Yeah, questions and answers. Sister Sage, thank you so much. You are so welcome and I appreciate it. You also have a blessed week, okay? Nti nyaminka yenyina ho. Aya no mahwe mo ho siye. They say no boni sane boni adoso no is crazy. So thank you guys. Take care of yourselves, okay? Minko na minko he.